Hi.
I'm a millionaire, I act like I don't care. That's cause I don't care. Still right there, used to live right there. Now I'm everywhere, got bitches everywhere.
So, damn. I'm we're not gonna talk about my stuff over here because I have to fold laundry and today has been a day. Ugh, I haven't even done anything. It's just today's been a day. The Lord is testing me. So I've had a day. And I've had a school year and I'm in the beginning of summer and I'm already over it. So this bonnet is gonna stay on. We look like somebody's mom, but I couldn't care less because hair is not hairing. Hair is not hairing. Whatever. I give up. I made a love lock in the back. Put a bead on it. It's not coming out. I have 2 braids in the front with beads. Right? Not coming out again. This weird part in between my hair whatever. I'm done. I'm done. I'm over it. So I'm recording on my Apple camera, not Snapchat like I normally do, because Snapchat camera, does everybody so much justice. It don't make me look like somebody's freaking ashy grandma. Like, what is this? But, I'm on Apple camera so that my video can go through longer because, Snapchat cameras are only like, what, max like a minute or something? Like, it's not. No. So, I'm doing laundry and such right now. It is. Damn! It's Friday, June 30th. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. But, anyway. I haven't really done a lot this summer at all. I don't think I'm really going to. I don't feel like it. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fold laundry, and I think I should tell you about my school year while I fold my laundry. I think that's a good idea, right? So let's start. Let's start from the beginning. So basically, beginning of the year, September, like all northern schools and such. It was a peaceful school year. It was a nice school year so far. Everything was good. Oh, who's texting me? Asia and Anaya again. I know Anaya's gonna watch this because she's a little stalker. Anyway, on the terms of Anaya, because anyway, so during the school year, me and her I stopped talking. Well, I stopped talking to her because I was like, she's kind of like cramping my style. I'm not really feeling it. So I think I cut her off in like November. It was either November or October. It was like around her birthday or something. It was October because it was around her birthday. So I stopped talking to her, and things were, I'm not gonna lie to you, things were quite the peaceful gesture. And things were such, like, my friend group that I have, like Matea and Nasia and them, they didn't like her. So I was like, so around, fast forward to my birthday. It was my birthday, my 15th birthday. Yeah, I'm 15. Anyway. I'd gone all day, hadn't said a word to her, because we weren't on talking terms. We weren't on speaking terms. It was that. And she told me happy birthday. And it was like a day we had a sub and band. So it's like last period. Band was 9th period last school year. I hope it's 9th period again next year and the years after that, because I can't do band in the middle of the day. I simply cannot. And she said happy birthday, and I said thank you. And we started talking again. It was really funny. We started talking again. It was really freaking stupid. But yeah. We started talking again, and it was fun. It was really fun. And then, like, during the time we had this friend named, I think her name for now will be like Timpani. Like, we'll just call her Timpani. So Timpani, around the time, she was a new student, and I met her, like, they were doing this ID check thing in the beginning of the year. We just had to have an ID to get in the building, and that was it. It wasn't like how at the end of the year, you know, you gotta scan it and walk in the building. Mad work. Yeah, we were outside, and, like, not everybody had their IDs, so they were trying to get everybody their IDs. We're outside in that line for at least 20-something minutes. It was a long time. And me and her were talking. We became friends. She was friends with my other friend. I'm gonna call him Glass. So, Timpani was friends with Glass. And was also friends with my friend Italy. We'll call her Italy. but as for now, Italy isn't friends with Timpani anymore. And I don't think Glass likes Timpani. But to each his own. So we have become friends with her. She hung out with us like all the time. We had the same lunch period, so we just, you know, she sat with us and we were all cool. We was close. I talked to her like every day. Me, her, Mateo would be on the phone a lot, like really, like literally every day. And then it'd be like me, her, Kishanti, whatever. Like it was a fun time. And then at the time, my boyfriend, his cool name's gonna be Sebs. My friends know why. Okay, so who do we have? So we got Timpani, Glass, Italy, and Sebs. All right, so I was with Sebs, and they at the time, like, we had a whole group chat, and they were like, oh. She was like, oh, y'all are so cute, da 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 da. And I was like, because he's really corny. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he's really sweet. He's so freaking sweet, and he treated me so well, but he was so corny. I'm like, okay, safe to say, I did genuinely like love him. Have feelings for him. He was really sweet. You can't not like somebody who treats you that good all the time. Like, he wants to buy you things. He wants to make sure you eat. Make sure you get up in the morning happily. Make sure you are happy before you go to bed. FaceTimes you every day. It was a loving relationship. But when you're not, like, I can't say physically. You're not, like, because I was mentally attracted to him. I was, like, his appearance wasn't, because he wasn't bad looking. He's not bad looking. He was strange looking. And he didn't have humor. So, like, it was, like, thrown off for me because, you know, I'm somebody who has to laugh. If you can't make me laugh, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Like, I don't. Anyway, she thought that was cute or whatever. And then I think me and him took a break at the time. Yes, we took a break. And then he had texted her and was like, he texted Timpani. He texted Timpani and was like, oh, I can't keep chasing her if she doesn't want to be with me or whatever, da da da. So I think we should be together. And he was shipping them or whatever, making all types of jokes or whatever. And she called me and she was like, why is he trying to get with me? Help me come back in the group call. And I was like, no, I don't want to be part of it. But then, like 2-3 months later, we got back together. Yeah, 2-3 months later, we got back together, and it was nice. It was really nice. But around that time, like I think a month or two in, she stopped talking to us. The first time she stopped talking to us, it was like she didn't like Anaya. She did not like Anaya, and Anaya doesn't like her. So it was like friendships don't really work out and the friend groups can't work out if nobody likes each other. And so she was like, the first time it was like, what? Our friend Squid. She was on her side for everything. And like, we didn't understand why, because Timpani used to like say things about Squid a lot. And Squid was there to hear it. So it was like, hello. Anyway, so she left, and then something happened, and I don't remember everything, but something happened, and then we started talking to her again, and then like a month later, she just up and dipped again, and then Squid left and went with her, and then at lunch it was just me, Matea, and Asia, Lee, and Holly, and you know them, so. And like, there's this one day something happened, and Matea called her over to the table, or I think that's what happened, I don't know, and she asked her something. Oh yeah, she said, "Why were y'all talking about me?" Da da da. And we're like, and it was Holly trying to tell her that something, like somebody was talking about her or asking if somebody was talking about her or whatever it was. And she was like, "Oh," Holly was like, "I was just trying to tell you that somebody was talking about you." And da da da. She goes, "Why would I believe you? Why would I believe anything y'all say? All you gotta do is lie and spread rumors." Are you for real right now? Are you serious? Like that threw me all the way off. Like that has put a bad taste in my mouth about her for a while now. I was like, oh, okay, so she wants to act like that. She can stay where she's at. A while, not that long after, she starts this whole thing about like with our friend Andy. You've seen Andy before. Andy, my bestie. She told him and like the whole friend group that she's gonna have to take a break for them for some type of Jesus practice or whatever it was. Nobody cared. Yo, nobody cared. And then she texted him after he blocked her, and he sent me the message. It was this long ass paragraph about how, oh, I didn't mean to say that. That's not what I meant. Da, da, da. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. That ain't got shit to do with me. So, and then during that time, well, not during that time, because that was like literally like 2 months ago. Back in January, I had this friend Marshmallow. Okay, so who do we have so far? Sebs is completely out of the picture now. Or is he? Not really. So we have Sebs, Timpani, Sebs, Symphony, Glass, Italy, Squid. I think that's, and Marshmallow. Okay. So Marshmallow, me and Marshmallow have been cool for like ever. We became friends in 4th grade through this anti-bullying club that my school was running at the time. And from then, we hit it off. Like, we were inseparable ever since the 4th grade. So, and then we've been like this years. And then through quarantine, she was like we were the only 2 people that we were talking to. We were the only friends that we had that we really spoke to. It was like this every single day. We were on the phone. We'd be on the phone to the fact where like it was overheating. Like phone was turning off and overheating. Like we would take showers, literally on FaceTime, like phone in the bathroom while we're showering. We'd sleep on the phone. We played like Xbox, PS4 on the phone. You watch movies together, shows. It was that kind of thing. Tell me why. So there's like this incident, and I still don't know if it's true. I still do not know if it's true. Like, to this day, like 6 months later, I still don't know if it's true. She was like, there was this incident with my friend Antoine. You've seen him. And this other friend that I have, Minnie. I don't know. Minnie's not going to come up again in the story. I hope you know that. Well, after this whole situation, Minnie's not going to come up again. So, me and Minnie are still cool, though. We're still cool. There's this whole thing that Antoine had did something to Minnie. Still don't know if it's true. No confirmation. Because even though Minnie has said that it's true and that there's witnesses that have witnessed it happen, there's also people who are showing text messages saying that it didn't happen and that this didn't happen. But I'm like, I don't know, bro. So, that happened. And Marshmallow was like, oh yeah, don't tell anyone, though. And I was like, okay. I didn't tell anyone anything because you told me not to tell. So I didn't say anything. So you're expecting me, so she wanted me to cut him off. So if I'm not supposed to say anything to anybody, how am I supposed to cut him off if I'm not supposed to say anything? How does that make any sense? If no one's supposed to know that I know, how am I supposed to? Yo! So that whole thing happened. Marshmallow texted me. I don't remember what the date was. I know it was in January. I know, like, they were hitting up my phone. I don't think I was answering it. I think I was, like, on the phone with Antoine or something. I was either on the phone with him or I was freaking sleeping. I'm always sleeping. But they texted me. They were sending me all these different kinds of videos and pictures of them. It was, like, a regular day with them. And then out of the blue, I get a text that says, "Don't speak to me for a while." Okay. So, granting their wishes, I didn't say anything to them at school. I never texted them again. I never sent them anything on, like, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or anything. Radio silence from me. They walked past me in the hallway, wouldn't even give me a glance. And I was like, okay. So that's how we're working. All right. So I'm living peacefully because in these couple weeks before I found like my peace or whatever from it, I was realizing how much of a burden she was to my life initially. And I acted like she wasn't. Well, I didn't want her to be. I acted like she wasn't a burden to me. And I was sitting back and thinking about it, and I was like, damn, my life would be really different if I wasn't friends with her. Like, I don't think I would have gone through any of my stages if it wasn't for that one. But like, yeah. And then I think was it a month later? It was a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember. A couple of weeks after. It was like, I was getting told from my friend Kishanti and my friend Jamie and Ariana. You will most likely meet her next year. Me and Kishanti call her a podcast member because, like, you'll get the joke. You'll get the joke soon. They were telling me, oh yeah, she's saying all these things about you in the lunch period. She's bashing you, talking about how, saying your full name, talking about how you're a whore this, you're a whore that, you stay after school and you mess around with boys, and you're fat and ugly this, and you're fat and ugly that. I'm sitting here like, didn't you date me? Didn't you say I was pretty all the time? Didn't you call me fine every day? Didn't you want to kiss me? If I'm fat and ugly, why would you want to like me? Why did we date for 5 months? In a relationship that I didn't want to cut off because I didn't want you to throw yourself somewhere where you didn't need to be at. So I let you break up with me. Like, the math isn't mathing. But whatever. To talk about that one is a whole rant for another day because that's going to take way too long, and I do not feel like, no. They're telling me that, and I'm sitting back like, not once since we stopped talking have I ever said anything about her to anyone. They didn't even know that we weren't speaking until that. My friends, I think only Anaya knew, and I think Matea and Lee knew. I don't think anybody really knew. And then they were like, oh yeah, what happened to you? And I was like, I have no words to say. Because genuinely still, I was low-key defending her from people saying because people talk We're in high school. People talk and people were talking mess about her, and I was low-key still defending her name even though she wasn't speaking to me. Come to find out that happens, people be talking mess and I just be sitting there listening to it because at this point, shoot, you don't need to be defended after what you was doing, girl, bye. And then this whole thing about while we were still friends came out about how when I liked Antoine, she liked him too, and she couldn't have a chance because she liked him and da-da-da-da. But it was what it was. Like, initially, I remember when Anaya was a little freaked out that she liked Antoine when I liked him. She was like, aren't you gonna say anything? I was like, no, I don't really care, because it's not like, oh, he has to be with me. Like, make the decision. Make the decision yourself. Like, I don't care. It's just something about, oh, I'm flirting with Antoine and he's not flirting back. Babes, half the time he's literally starting with me. Like, it's an ongoing joke. At this point, it's not even real flirting. It's an ongoing joke that's been going on since September. Like, it's an ongoing joke. You can ask him. It's literally a joke. It's not serious. Because we literally have this whole thing with me, him, and Lee where me and him are the parents of Lee. And that's the start of the joke. That's the whole reason the joke is going on. Please. But that whole thing. And right, still after that, I still have never said anything about her in public like that to anybody. I've never bashed her for it. And I'm still like, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So they have this friend, we call her Midget, who seems like she was following us around after the whole situation. I remember she literally rolled up to me in the bathroom and was like, are you and Antoine dating? Girl. I don't know if that was the truth, but it seemed like it. Like, it really did. And she, according to what I was being told, she was agreeing with Marshmello when she was talking about me. And then she didn't speak to me for a long time after that. And then out of nowhere, she decided that she wanted to be cool with me after school after talking mess about me with her. And I'm like, how are you gonna talk mess about me? Literally, like, slut shame me, because how you gonna slut shame someone who's not a slut? First of all, you can't. There's nothing to be said about me with the two of them about me doing anything with anybody. That's all they talked about, was me hanging out with guys. I hang out with literally like 2 guys max. And if not 2 guys max, is the guys that you saw in that video. And I've known those guys since like the beginning of time. I grew up with them. The only 2 new guys I met this year that you've seen is, and I don't even think you've seen, you have seen my Antoine and Martin. The rest of them I've known forever. There's not no hanging out with guys, and that's just recently. That's not even like, oh, I've been doing that. Like, that whole thing confused me. She'd come around, like, we'd be all after school. It'd be like me, Antoine, Matea, Nasia, Lee, Ishanti, the whole group sitting over there like in the hallway just chilling after school because we don't want to go home yet. And she would just come out of nowhere. She'd just start trying to hug me and talk to me, and I just ignore her because, like, what are you doing here? She'd be talking to the group. Nobody's responding because what are you doing here? Literally, why are you here right now? Nobody over here likes you, and you don't like anybody over here. What are you here for? And then after she tried to hug me one day and I didn't hug her back or something like that, I don't remember what happened. She just left me alone. She don't speak to me no more. But she keeps walking past me in the hallway, just side-eyeing me. And I was like, girl, what do you want from me? But, like, this whole thing, like, the timpani thing and this Marshmello thing is actually turning up in my favor pretty well, because I didn't react when they were saying anything to me or about me, because, like, I'm not a person who's going to act on my anger. Like, I will be angry, but I'm not going to say anything. Like, I'm just going to sit there, because you may or may not eventually find out that I'm angry. But I didn't act on anything because I was like, they're going to get their karma. And when they get their karma, it's going to be great. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut. My lips are sealed. Good night. And I'm going to find out that those friends that Timpani and Marshmello have, right? Those friends that they have are talking so much mess about them behind their backs. And I just be sitting there hearing it. Like, we be in class and they just start talking and they just say, and I'm like, I turn my music down because I got my AirPods, and I just turn my music down and I'm like, ooh, that's some good tea right there. I love that you would say that out loud, shamelessly, because I'd love to hear it. I'm not going to air any of it out because, again, the karma is going to come to them. But yeah, that's that's that. Boy drama in this case now, because we're going back to Sebs. Me and him had got back together. And we were together for, like, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months. And he was like, he had gone on a literal hiatus for like a month, and that stressed me out, because how you just gonna dip for a month and not say nothing to nobody, delete all your socials, and nobody knows where you are? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's outlandish. So it was like weird, because he was like, when he came back a month later, he was like, oh yeah, I didn't see any of your texts, I couldn't find your contact, da-da-da. And I was like, that's suspicious as hell, but you know, okay. And then we were cool for like a month, and then he did another one, and he texted me and said, like, in a group chat with Mickey Shanti, and goes, I'm gonna go ghost until the end of the school year. I'm sitting here looking at the message like, are you serious? Like, are you serious right now? You cannot be for real. And he was just like, yeah, I gotta focus on my grades and this and that and da-da-da. And I was like, okay, have fun focusing on your grades. And I was like, so he's doing his thing or whatever. I have no idea what he was doing. And I was doing my thing. I was mentally detaching myself because I was like, I'm over it. I can't do this anymore. Like, I was literally mentally detaching myself. I was talking to Kishanti every day. Kishanti, my homegirl, bro. My bestie right there. She gonna hear everything. Like, she gonna know everything. Everything you know about me, she gonna know about it first. But she was helping me. She was talking me through it. And she was like, I don't think, if you're not happy, it's not worth it. So I was like, you're right. So it was like, I think last week he texted me and was like, he kept, like, the week before that, he kept, like, tagging me and things on TikTok. Like, he got his TikTok account back just to bother me on it after going on that break. And he kept sending me, he sent me, like, 20 videos and I think, like, 15 minutes. And that, like, genuinely scared the shit out of me. Because I was like, bro, what are you doing? Then he started at the top of my TikTok and then go all the way down and just comment on things. And I was like, iffy. Like, what are you doing, sir? And then I think for a couple of days I stopped texting him. And it wasn't even like I was just ghosting him because I felt like it. Like, I just wasn't right. Like, the first part of summer, I didn't feel right. I was just getting over the stress of school. I was trying to woosah down. I was trying to mentally clear my head after the year that I just had. He texted me and was like, do you still like me? And I was like, that's awkward. I didn't open the message because, one, I was on the phone. And I was like, I'm not going to ruin my mood right now, my good mood that I have right now and laughing on the phone with my friends to respond to you right now. So, like, 5-10 minutes later, he texted me again and said, are you playing with my heart? Sir, do you know how many other things I could be doing right now? Like, who do I look like? Who do I look like? And I was like, no, I'm not playing with your heart. I just was simply, what did I say? I'm finding my peace, I think it was. Something about my peace. Something like that. I'm finding my peace or whatever. You've like been mentally turning me off for the last like 3 months. I'm not into it. He didn't know that Tiffany told me that he was hitting on her when we were on that break. And I brought that up too, because that was a major point of why I was like icked out, because we were on a break and you hit on one of my bestest friends at the time. Like, we and her were close. Well, not like close, but we were really cool. And that really threw me for one, because like, bruv, are you for real? So I sent him like this half paragraph of like how he turned me off or whatever, and how this whole thing with Tiffany and how that made me feel and da-da-da-da. And he responds to one part of the paragraph, not the part that involves Tiffany. He responds to the part where I said I just couldn't do it anymore. And he goes, why didn't you tell me sooner? And I said, I didn't know how. I was thinking, but he made me bring it up, so I brought it up. Whatever. I think I said something and I said, I just can't right now or something. And he goes, okay. So I get it. And I was like, but do you really get it? Because he says that he gets it, and then he tells people completely different things. Like, we are not saying the same thing right now. We are in two different, and I'm over here and you're over here. Like, and then he was like, no, I get it. He said, so who else? And I was like, huh? Who else? Which, because I told him that there is no one else. And I was like, I'm not interested in anybody right now. Every time that we have had like a breakup situation or a let's take a break situation, there has never been anybody else. So I don't know why he's so, oh, who else? And this, I feel like this is what I get for trying to try out being with the nice guy, because it's always the nice guys. Like, he's sweet and he treats me so right, but the things that he says when you're trying to detach yourself, why would you say that to me? Like, who else is it? Because when we were together, he didn't like Antoine, which is crazy because Antoine literally couldn't give two about him. But he didn't like Antoine, and he always bring that up daily. Like, he'd be, not daily, but like, he'd bring it up often. Like, oh, I'd be on the phone, he'd be like, oh, you're on the phone with Antoine, or what's going on with Antoine, or da-da-da, this and that. And I'm like, it's not always about Antoine. Like, I'm not always with Antoine. Which, that's partially a lie. Because I was always with Antoine, but it wasn't like, oh, we're doing something. Like, me and Antoine are just cool. We're close. Like, we talk. a lot. Like, there's a lot that we talk about, and then there's a lot of time that we spend together. We're cool like that. I don't have a lot of guy friends that I can just hang out with like that, and I'm comfortable in the environment that I'm talking in, and they're not, like, literally dumb like Bernard and them, they're dumb. Like, they're dumb, but they're fun. So I need smart male brain to hang out with sometimes, and he's that for me. But now he's still on his whole thing about who else is it, and I was like, it's no one, because generally speaking right now, I'm not really interested in anybody. Like, I have no attraction towards anybody in specific right now. Like I can't say I have no attraction, because, like, them TikTok boys, they're holding me in right now. But they're TikTok boys, like, I don't know them personally, so I can't, like, say it's a crush. So it's not like, oh yeah, I have a crush on this person. It's just like, oh, I think they're cute, I think they're attractive. That's simply it. But no, he was like, oh yeah, I get it. Okay, you do you. I'll just be doing my own thing with football and all. And I said, okay, good luck with your life. We haven't spoken since. There's no reason for us to speak since. There's no reason. Like, I'm very, very, like, this school year, the 2022 to 2023 school year in general, like, with everything combined into one school year, from September to June, I don't even remember September 6th, I think it was, to June 30th, today. Mind blowing, mind absolutely blown. Like, just wow, I'm baffled. Like, and it was crazy because my dad was always telling me how when you go to high school, don't expect to come out with the same friends you went in with. And I thought he was playing. I thought he was genuinely joking. And then, like, a couple of months in, I was listening and I was like, yeah, it's a possibility that I'm going to lose some friends. And I was like, damn, what really happened and what I thought was going to happen are completely different. So it's like, your expectations and your reality are completely different. Like, it's like, it's stressful. It's really stressful. Like, it's like, you would have never expected that people who know almost everything about you are now banished, like, gone. But another day, like, things are, I'm still living. So that's what I can say. I'm still friends with Minnie. I'm still friends with Glass. I'm still friends with Italy. Me and Squid are still friends. And, like, me and Sebs we don't speak anymore. We don't really have to. Me and Tiffany, done. Me and Marshmallow, done. Like, it is what it is. It genuinely is what it is right now. And if there are any other major updates about my life, I will be letting you know, because I have nothing else to do. So, yeah, I'm not going to fold the rest of these on here because I've already been on my phone for an hour recording this, just about. And I'm pretty sure I have a lot of editing to do just tonight. I literally do not go to sleep until 5:30 in the morning. So I will be up editing this video. Yay me. Let me get out of here. Let me go. Goodbye.